Faint lines on a pregnancy test versus evaporation lines. I know evaporation lines are a very common concern, especially with taking pregnancy tests like this one. However, the biggest difference between the evaporation line and the faint line like this one is the time that it's going to show up in. So a faint positive should show up within 5 to 10 minutes of dipping the strip in the urine. You should start to see a little bit of a shadow on the line of the pregnancy test. An evaporation line is going to show up after the time. So if you were to let your pregnancy test sit, if maybe let's just say you throw it in the trash and then you go back and look at it, if it has been dried out, sometimes you will see an evaporation line. That's just coming from the shadow of where the line should be, but it's not actually a positive test. This is why we recommend making sure that you're taking the pregnancy test and reading the results within that time frame of the 5 to 10 minutes. Do not throw it in the trash and then go back and look at it, or don't leave it on your countertop and then go back and look at it an hour or two later, because there is a chance that you could see an evaporation line, which is just going to give you that false hope and excitement. One of my biggest recommendations for taking a pregnancy test is to do it with your first morning urine. That way the HCG concentration is at its highest. Maybe you haven't gone to the bathroom all night. Go ahead and use that urine sample as your sample to take the test. Then you want to read it within the instructions, which is about 5 to 10 minutes, to see if you see any color, just like this one, which is a true positive. When it has a little bit of color that shows up, this one is going to be light pink. Some of them may be a light blue, and you want to make sure that that color is showing within that time window. One of the biggest ways to tell the difference between an evaporation line and a true positive pregnancy test is going to take a little bit of time, and that's because HCG takes about 24 to 48 hours to double in order to see your pregnancy test lines continually get darker. So one of the best ways to know is to just keep testing. After a couple of days, you want to start to see a line progression. So these are my positive pregnancy tests. You can see my first one compared to all the other ones I took in the days coming. They slowly got darker. So this is what you're looking for. If it is a true evaporation line, you're not going to have this progression happen. You can use the Premom app to keep track of all of your pregnancy tests so you can see your line progression just like mine. And you can also contact your OBGYN if and when you are pregnant to go ahead and get that confirmation. And if you have questions on whether or not it is an evaporation line or a true positive pregnancy test, they can draw your blood to confirm with a blood HCG level.